As a landlord, we face a lot of problems and challenges, and one of those is when we have a long-term tenant that moves out, what sort of updates and improvements should we make to the property? Well, I just had a long-term tenant move out, and I documented the whole process of getting the property brought up to 2023 standards. So I hope this video is insightful and you can get a sense of what goes into doing a renovation project. Back in 2014, I purchased this duplex, and as you can see, it was a little bit of a project. I originally got this for $130,000, and it's a duplex. Both units were 2 bedroom, 1 bath, about 900 square foot each. They both had old electric panels, old swamp coolers, and needed a lot of love put into it. So the front unit I rented out right away, and I think my mortgage at the time was something like $650, and I was getting for rent, that the front unit alone I was getting 600. The back unit I was able to renovate, and I got that one fixed up pretty nicely, and I was able to get, I think, 700 a month for that one. So over time I had a really great tenant, and that tenant was in there for over 7 years. And so the major things that this house needed, as you can see, it was numerous. As you can expect with any renovation project, there's always unknowns that you have to contend with. And where the pain points really came in on this one was a lot of the unknowns and a lot of the delays. I ended up being off market for 2 months on this property. And so there was some loss of income there. However, after I was able to get it all fixed up, I was able to really raise the rent much higher than I would have had it not been updated. So let's review the math here. The new windows ended up only costing $5,600. It was about $700 per opening for labor and material. So for 2023 numbers, that's actually a pretty low price. Now the painting ended up, because the exterior needed to be repainted as well, that did increase the cost quite a bit. But overall, $4,400 for the painting. The cabinetry ended up costing a lot more than I had anticipated. So not only was there the cost of the cabinets, but there was also the cost of getting the cabinets installed. And while that was a project I probably could have done myself, I had other things going on at the time, so I hired that out. Countertops ended up being a lot less expensive than anticipated, and the stove and microwave, getting those secondhand from Craigslist and then getting them all cleaned up, that was a huge benefit. The electric run was a little bit of a challenge, and as you can see, from the original photos here, there was really no electric or plumbing for that sidewall. So having to route all those utilities, that was definitely a big added expense between the gas line and the electric to be run. So that was something that was a little bit more painful that I wish I didn't have to do, but it was a good thing, I think, in the end. Now, the sink and the faucet I was able to get through a surplus website, through one of the auction type style websites. So I got an amazing set there that ended up only costing $200 between the sink and the faucet. There's obviously all those little miscellaneous expenses that come up, and when you add everything up, it just ended up being a little over $18,000. So was it worth it? In my opinion, yes, absolutely. Now, keeping in mind, I did all the general contracting myself and hired out all the subs myself. If I were to have hired a company to figure all this out for me, this would have been well in excess, I'm guessing, of $30,000. So a little bit of know-how, good connections, and a lot of patience definitely go a long way in this business if you're looking to make updates. So the end result now is that I was able to get this unit rented for $1,350 a month. So that's a little bit below market value, but that is my style. I probably could have gotten at least maybe $1,450 a month for this unit. However, I'm a big proponent in trying to give people a little bit of a break with rent. They're going to be more likely to take care of the property and less likely to bug you with little annoyances that might pop up because they know they're getting a good deal and they're okay, fixing little stuff themselves.